I want to see these kids come forward. There was 3 fucking kids in the room with their little Jiu Jitsu Geeks on, sitting there watching us fucking throw down.
Okay, so I was in LA to corner Cody Garbrandt in the rematch against TJ Dillashaw. We left the weigh-ins and I saw Ashley Williams, who's now an ADCC vet. I saw him compete in EBI. I approached him and his twin brother, who's also a black belt, Joshua, and I asked them if they wanted to roll. They said, sure, let's meet at the hotel. There's a workout room down in the basement. Let's go train down there. There's some mats. So I'm heading down to meet these guys, and the fire alarm in the entire hotel goes off, and so everyone's asked to leave. And who's behind me but Darren Till and Mike Perry? And they're walking together, they're kind of chatting, and I was like, are these guys friends? I thought they were talking shit to each other like a couple months ago. I'm like, oh, they must be like training partners now, because they're like, they've got some gloves with them. So we're all sitting outside waiting for the fire alarms to stop. I'm like, okay, I wonder what they're doing. Anyway, fire alarms end. I start walking down to the workout room, and so are they. We're kind of like all beside one another, and we go into the same room because most of the mats had been taken out. There were only mats in one workout room. They each had a pair of gloves. One of them had a pair of red Top King 14-ounce gloves, and one had a pair of combat sports, like MMA sparring gloves. So one's orthodox and one's southpaw, Perry orthodox, Till southpaw. They're like, fuck it, let's just put a boxing glove on our power hand and an MMA sparring glove on our lead. And they throw those on, warm up, and I'm like, okay, what are these guys gonna do? They throw down in the workout room. Like, they're having like a hard MMA boxing fight. I don't know if they were throwing kicks. I don't think they were, because I don't think they had shin guards, but they were banging it out with the hands, and they were going for takedowns as well. Perry was saying, he's like, oh, I drew blood. He's not lying. Till was bleeding from, I think, his eye. But it was a sick sparring match. Like, if I had to say who I thought was winning, Till. But it was sick. And they hugged it out after. They were joking around, joking about how they finally got their fight in downstairs. But yeah, I was just waiting for the other jiu-jitsu guys to come join me. And I think as they were finishing up, we took over the mats and started warming up and started rolling. But yeah, it was sick to watch. That was like there were 3 people in the room when that was happening, and it was those 2 and me. I'm just like, had no idea what I was watching. Then later that day, I saw their interaction that led to the sparring go viral, where Darren Till asks Perry what he's up to. He's like, oh, do you want to go spa? Like, go to the spas and sit in the sauna. And then Perry's like, well, I'll spar.
Want to all spar now, yeah? Wait, are you staying here?
Yeah.
Okay.
All I got is little MMA gloves.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I don't have bigger gloves.
What, you want to spar?
I got the padded training gloves. But I know you spar different. I know how you
Oh,
are.
I thought you meant to spar,
hard.
like a steam and that.
Like, no, like.
Oh, fucking hell, mate, fucking hell.
I meant fucking, let's go fight.
And then it's just like, neither guy initiated the sparring, but they just kind of both like were too stubborn to like back down. Like, I'm not scared. And they weren't, man. They fought it out down there. It was sick to watch. And I think it was about 5 weeks before Till fought Woodley. So he must have been pretty sharp and ready to go. But I remember him looking huge. I'm like, this guy fights at welterweight. He's enormous. So I think that was his second last fight at welterweight. Lost to Masvidal, then went up to middleweight, where I think he should be, because he's enormous.